Welcome back to Surviving with Shoeler. This is episode 24, and I'm sorry, but I really gotta go. I am late for work. Hello. Please follow me. My name is Mr. Milkshoewick. It's nice to meet you. Hey. You decided to undergo the severance procedure, splitting your mind into an innie and outie state. I don't remember that. Do you remember this build? No. Great. Do you remember this build? What's your plan here? You're just showing me a bunch of beautiful builds I've never seen before. I haven't seen them. Is there a point to all this? Do you know your name? Just your first name will do. I don't think I know. Your name is Shoeler. You don't remember any of this, but your outie does. We're just going to do one last test to determine that the procedure worked well. Do you remember this? Shoeler! My name is Shoeler. I have a Minecraft YouTube channel where I make building videos. I have 7,900 subscribers last I checked. Oh, come on, man! Great, so they put me on leave. Now I have to go through freaking severance surgery again. But welcome back, everyone, to Surviving with Shoeler. This is episode 24. And today we're actually going to be working over here again. We're going to finally make a bridge and kind of work on this terraforming a little bit more, make it look a little bit better, because, yeah, I really want to get started on this medieval village, but I'm just taking it one step at a time because it's, going to be a huge project. Oh yeah, but before we do anything else, I just want to say, if you like that intro, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. If you really liked it, you can become a channel member. Also, if you want a world download, that is also available to channel members. So yeah, you got that option. Very cool. So a question I've been getting a lot lately, just because of the last episode, is Shoeler, are you ever going to work in New York again? It's not finished. You have to work there. And no, that's totally true. This area, while it is pretty finished, obviously still has some work to be done. There's this whole area over here that I want to, expand these, buildings in, and then obviously interiors, empty interiors galore. Even that one at the fisherman shack, there's a lot to be done, and I'm not going to stop working over here. My plan as it stands is just to kind of work a little bit on stuff in between episodes and at the beginning of episodes. So for example, I'm going to be doing some stuff in the fisherman shack today, but maybe next episode I do stuff for Shoe and Jamp or something like this, or maybe in between episodes I make a building or whatever. I'll be working on it. It just won't be the big focus of the entire episode. But yeah, if I'm being honest, it's just a little more inspiring to work over there. I don't know. I'm just not too inspired to work over here. It just feels a little grindy, but we'll work on it eventually. And oh, sorry, that's my alarm. I have to go get my laundry. Okay, I'm back. And yeah, so in this episode, we're going to be working on this fisherman shack and doing the interior for it finally. And I built this 5 episodes ago in episode 19, simply because I just couldn't think of what to put in here. The exterior is great. This is probably one of my favorite builds that I've ever made. Bars loved this little detail, so you're welcome, Bars. But yeah, I just couldn't think of what to do for an interior other than having some workstations for fishermen and stuff. But actually, some of you guys were telling me that you can trade with fishermen to get what is it, campfires and stuff. So I've been trading with a certain guy, I've been trading with this guy, trying to level him up a bit. This is the most expensive, most annoying person to trade with, honestly. So I've just been buying cod and killing them to trade them. I feel horrible, but it's I don't know how else to trade up. Oh, here you are. Here, take some fish. 1 emerald. Oh my god. Oh, I can't believe I missed it. Oh, okay. That's so nice. Okay, that's actually so perfect. I feel so stupid now. But yeah, I think I'm going to just, I don't know, decorate this a little bit. Maybe do like just kind of like a dingy interior type thing, and then put some workstations in here. So hopefully some guys can start sleeping in here, and so that I can start doing stuff. I don't know. But yeah, sorry about that tangent. I don't know how in my mind it made sense that like the fact that they sell campfires makes this interior any easier to do. But oh well. I'm just gonna do this interior now, and we'll just do it in the form of a time lapse. So let's go. So yeah, obviously I went for kind of a dingier look, trying to make this place look, for lack of better terms, disgusting. Honestly and unfortunately, there's really no point to this interior other than to like put my villagers in there. I hoped that I could find a cool use for it. But it's looking like it'll just be one of those builds that like I never visit. At least it looks good though. But yeah, recently I've been very swamped by schoolwork. I had to make 2 short films in a single weekend, which was not fun. So I've been pretty busy, and then on top of that, I got sick. You know, that's why this video is coming out a little later. But yeah, me and my roommate had like a cold for like a good week or so, and I lost my voice. So yeah, but yeah, I just haven't really had that much time for Minecraft. So I do apologize for the lack of quite a bit of building this episode. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes I just can't build too much, but I do think that the design for the upcoming bridge is really gonna knock your socks off. So hopefully it'll be worth it. And let's check out this interior. All right. So for this, I really harnessed my inner fisherman. So I was just in the interior, just thinking of things that would like, you know, make sense. So I don't know, just like a little table for eating. I'm assuming this fisherman is lonely. I guess with a bunk bed just in case someone needs to stay over. Yeah, just a bunch of fishing poles on the wall and stuff. I don't know if I like it in the item frame, but oh well. Right over here, I have like a little casting net, you know, like where you can catch the fish in. It was a little hard to make, so I just kind of put it in like this little storage type thing. Obviously, just like a bunch of storage everywhere. And then yeah, over here, I have this as in like, maybe this is like little jars of like bait and hooks and that kind of stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, that's about it for this part. And then there is this like little chimney stack right here, so I decided to put this all the way through. And then if we go down to the bottom floor over here, I made a little entrance where you can go, you know, kind of into like this little underground shed area, and it just has more storage. This area in my eyes is like more for where they're keeping the fish, you know, like this is where they're storing it. But yeah, it's just going to be like, there's just smoking salmon, and then you toss it in storage and go sell it, whatever. But yeah, it's, you know, it's nothing crazy. Not a lot of work, but this fisherman check, it's done. Woohoo! Now we're going to move over here and actually start working on the bridge. But before we do that, I actually do have a quick announcement to make. So I just got done being sick. I was sick for about 2 weeks. And, you know, when you're sick for that long, you know, in bed without a voice, coughing, sneezing, all the, you know, sick stuff, you really start to reflect on what is most important to you in your life. And I ultimately came to the conclusion that right now, for me, it's recording cameo videos for my fans. I have a Cameo account, and all the profits I make from those videos go to charity, specifically the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, and I have a blast making those videos. Gus, you need to stop being chungus pilled. Every single video is unique and like no other. It's just so fun to record. Skibbity. I always just, you know, I laugh to myself. I chuckle at some of the jokes that you guys have me say. Stupid stuff. Even if you made me say skibbity or Riz or Sigma, that kind of stuff, you know, thank you. It's genuinely for a good cause, and it means a lot to get video requests. But if you want some advice, it would be appreciated if some more creativity was put into these cameo requests. Please? My cameo videos are only $1. Make sure you buy through the website, not through the app. Keep it clean and back to Minecraft. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, I've been sick for a little bit. I'm finally no longer sick, but it took a really long time for me to not be sick, and I lost my voice because I think I threw it out from coughing so much. But yeah, now we're gonna start working over here on this little bridge and some of the terraforming because, you know, while this terraforming is cool, it's not that great. I don't know. I freehanded it. It's pretty good for freehand, but I think it needs a little more thought to be put into it. So, you know, as I work over here a little bit more, I'm just going to slowly be working on this terraforming. So we're going to make a few changes on this terraforming as well, and it will look pretty cool. But before we can do any of that, I kind of don't have any resources. So I headed down into the mines to mine up some tuff. Then I went through my secret nether portal and traveled to a warm ocean thousands of blocks away to collect some coral. Next, I went over to my moss pit to collect some regular and pale moss. Then I got resevered and then went back into work for a day.
Your Audi keeps tools on the right side of the hotbar.
Oh.
Your Audi uses a realistic texture pack.
Dude!
Please try to enjoy each fact equally.
Oh, sorry.
Your Audi defends Dream's cheating scandal.
Oh.
Your Audi has a derp skin.
It's so 2013 core.
Your Audi is a Notch sympathizer. Your Audi pretended that he joined Dream SMP.
That one is me.
Sorry.
Finally, I mined some acacia leaves and oak leaves before collecting some small drip leaves in the caves. Okay, welcome back. Before we get started on the bridge, I do want to talk a little bit about my design process first. You know, give you guys a little bit of an insight. So while I'm doing that, I'm just going to arrange my blocks out and stuff. But yeah, obviously, I'm sick, so this episode came out a bit late. You know, sorry about that and stuff. But truth be told, I kind of spent a lot of time, you know, working on this bridge design before I got sick. So I was already running a little bit late. But yeah, I don't know. You know, when I'm making builds and stuff, I'm always trying to, like, I don't know, do stuff that I haven't seen before. You know, obviously I can't do that all the time, but I like doing designs that like, or, you know, doing techniques and designs that I don't think I've seen. So sometimes, you know, builds just take a little bit longer to develop than others. But this was one of those builds because it was really hard to kind of figure out like a new unique bridge design. I went through a lot of stuff. I asked in my Discord and stuff, and ultimately settled on something that I think is pretty cool. But yeah, there was a lot of trial and error going into it. Even though it took a bit to get this design done, I do think that I ended up with something that I think is a pretty cool design. But yeah, you know, before, you know, I can't talk on the shape right now, but yeah, this is my block palette. I wanted to use a bunch of kind of bricky looking blocks. So I used, you know, some coral, which kind of have like these like cobblestone feel, obviously cobblestone and stuff. And then tuff is always just like a cool block. And then yeah, gravel and andesite just kind of bridge this gap. This is obviously just kind of the same as like what I did here with all these mossy things. I just think it looks cool, and you know, it's nice to add a little bit of like wear and tear to kind of older buildings. And then I used some pale moss and some tuff in some of the terraforming, which looks pretty freaking cool. So I'm excited to show that off. But yeah, I'm very excited to actually get this thing built now. This has been, you know, like a month in the making with this design and this video and all that kind of stuff. So let's get building. Without further ado, let's do it. Wait to show this off to you guys. Okay, one thing I'm gonna do, so I run at a 90 FOV. I'm gonna try and go down like 5 every episode until I get to maybe 70. Maybe I'll stop at 80. I'm not too sure, but like, I don't know, like 90 is just like, it's a little too widespread and it's hard to be like kind of immersed. So I think that if I just kind of slowly adjust to going down, things are going to look a lot better. But yeah, here's this bridge. Obviously, a lot of terraforming stuff was done. I put in these trees towards the front. Here's a little custom tree, or bigger custom tree, I mean. But yeah, and then here's the bridge. So we'll cross over it. It's pretty, nice and simple. The bridge works well. Then you get to the other side and, there's this cool little archway that will be like the entrance to the like medieval fantasy area over here. But then I included this really awesome tree right here. This is genuinely, like, this is actually making me so happy to look at. This is probably my favorite tree that I have ever made. I just have never worked at such a large scale with making trees and stuff before. So, usually I can't get like a certain level of detail because I'm working with such small trees. But this one's actually big because I wanted a lot more shade in this area. And I'm so happy with it. I'm going to continue making trees like this and kind of planting them up, all around here. I want this area to be engulfed in forest and stuff. If you look at my Pinterest page, you can probably see a lot of my inspiration, like Delterer, someone from my Discord did. But yeah, here's some of the Discord terraforming down towards the water. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I did not expand it down all the way into the water yet because that is difficult. And there is the bridge. I'm very happy with this design. But yeah, over here, it's pretty basic bridge. A little bit of depth in the inside as well. And then, yeah, the other side is pretty identical. But I think it looks really cool. I think these like little, levers holding up the thing is kind of a nice little touch. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of this bridge. It's just super sick. It feels super immersive, and once I get in more trees like that guy over here, like I'd love to have one overhanging over here, this is just gonna look so freaking awesome. But yeah, I have a cool little detail over here as well. In the little tree, I did like a little engraving, Shoeler and Ponka. Ponka's my partner. I thought that was a little cute addition to do, so I did that, and I thought that was a nice little touch. And then we just got one more little touch that we're going to do on either side. And that's going to be this like little signpost thing that I've been putting around. So we're just going to put, a sign there. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. If you guys have any ideas for what I should call the medieval district thing area, please let me know and I'll put it on that sign. But then we'll do one as well. Maybe like here. Yes, that'll be very cool. And then we'll, obviously add a second side. But yeah, this looks really cool. I mean, honestly, I still hate this terraforming. I hate it over here too. It's just very plain. I'm just going to slowly work on transforming this terrain, adding trees, making the terraforming more interesting until this area is looking just very beautiful. I'm not going to focus any video on that specifically, I think. So yeah, don't expect any video on that, but I'll be kind of slowly plugging away at this. And yeah, eventually we will be able to start working over here in this medieval area type thing. I'm genuinely so excited. I have really enjoyed making just like these builds, that gate and this bridge. While yes, they took like so much time to create, I'm just so much more proud of how like just the area is looking with them. This is just much more my kind of building style, and yeah, I'm just excited to have a place where I can like really lean into this like medieval fantasy, old, broken down, overgrown type of building style. But yeah, with that out of the way, there's just one thing left for us to do, and that is adding someone to the love garden. Welcome everyone to the happiest place on earth. I didn't call it that. That's just what it's been branded as. That's what people lovingly call the Love Garden. But here we are in the Love Garden. Today we're adding in a new sign, and today we are adding in Espresso. Now, if you don't know Espresso, she's a member of the Pioneers, and she very graciously did a voice for one of my previous videos. I think it was episode 22, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, she played on Esper. I think she'll be reprising her role someday in the future. Don't tell anyone. It means a lot to have people who are willing to do voices and stuff, and her performance was really great. And yeah, I meant to put her in the Love Garden a lot sooner, but obviously some other people were added in a little bit earlier. But yeah, thank you, Espresso. Thank you for the voices and stuff. Welcome to the Love Garden with everyone in Ponca. With that out of the way, we're nearing the end of the video. Yeah, I just, sorry that this video took so long to get out. I was sick and... well, actually, I'm not sorry because I was sick. Give me time to be sick, okay, and heal and get better. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please... subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. If you really enjoyed it, you can become a channel member. And thank you to all the Shoeler Plus members whose names are on the screen right now. But yeah, if you want to become a channel member, get the world download. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, I can't wait for next week's not next week, 2 weeks from now episode. Thank you so much, and bye.